Are you getting faked out trading the TTM squeeze? If you trade the TTM squeeze and you're sick and tired of getting faked out, this video is going to be perfect for you. What we're going to do is we're going to look at ZM, and I want to talk about specifically how do we trade the squeeze head fake. Have you ever looked at the chart, right? It was a beautiful trend. Let's just say uptrend. It was a beautiful uptrend. Moving averages were stacked in a squeeze. You got the momentum shift. You got in the trade. Maybe a couple days it went in your favor, but then it went against you, and here's the ultimate kicker. You stopped yourself out, or you got stopped out just to see it reverse back and go right in the direction you assumed it was going to go the whole time. This is what we call the squeeze fake out. And the hardest part about this is dealing with your emotions. So I'm hoping that in today's video, it gives you a little insight. So when you see this in your charts, you can be a little bit more prepared. So hopefully that sounds good for you. Okay, so we're looking at ZM now. We're going to go back in time. I'm going to show you a couple charts, but I'm going to go back in time. But then you can apply this into a chart now. Okay, so when you see a chart that's got this type of setup, you're going to be well equipped. First thing I want to point you out on ZM, and this is the daily time frame, but it doesn't matter which time frame. I want you to, let me change colors for you guys. I want you to see this beautiful uptrend, right? So it's yellow. But look how this is a beautiful uptrend, and it's an uptrend for quite a bit of period of time. There we go. Now we're kicking. The blue is stacked beautifully above the red, which is stacked above the 34. So you guys know me. And stick around. This video is going to be amazing. Okay, so the blue, which is the 8 exponential moving average, is stacked above the 21, and that's stacked above the 34. So it's a beautiful uptrend. And you can see in this particular case, look at that. I mean, you're talking about a serious uptrend. And this uptrend is littered also with squeezes, right? Consolidation periods. Now, I'm going to alert you to this period right here. Okay, because this is where a lot of people get faked out. And I have looked at hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of charts. And this happens way more than you realize. So pay attention, right? We're going to talk about the squeeze head fake. Okay, so let's dissect this bad boy. Let me expand the chart out so you see. Now, this is back in time, but let's take a look at this. So let me get my drawing items. Okay, so here's our beautiful squeeze, right? Beautiful squeeze. So we got the trend, it's up. Moving averages are stacked. We look down here, we got the squeeze. Everything's cool. Now, when I tell my students where I like to enter on the squeeze is that shift in momentum, right? The shift in momentum. Because the squeeze, it's not like a bull flag where we're just trying, we need the momentum explosion. With the squeeze, we plan on the stock consolidating for a little bit, a period of time. So it's not as important. It is important, but not as important. But I teach that when the momentum shifts on the Ready, Aim, Fire Pro or in the indicator TTM Squeeze Pro itself, that is our entry. So we would have entered probably somewhere in there. Beautiful. Went up. Now, you know my target is somewhere up there, but here's the deal. It rolled down. Look at this. And then it slingshotted back up. So let's dissect this. Okay, you got support. So look how it broke support, right? It broke support here. A lot of traders would have got stopped out right there when it broke support, okay, for a loss. But if you alert yourself here is, look, as soon as everybody was getting stopped out, it immediately, well, over a day or so, reversed back. What can we do? Do you see this long, beautiful, multi-month uptrend? It's just been coming down, coming down, coming down. So it's in a long multi-month uptrend. And then we come up here and you get this little close below the low Bollinger Band. Well, lots of times, guys, when you have that multi-leg uptrend or multi-month uptrend, that squeeze, when it breaks below support, it's just a head fake out. Because it has been, you have to go with the trend, right? When we get a squeeze in a multi-month uptrend, we have to assume that the squeeze is going to fire to the upside. Because look, we're still in a squeeze. It just broke support. Too many traders get out right there, and then what happens is it reverses and they don't know what's going on. So if you get out, one of the things I teach my students is as soon as you exit a trade, you immediately look for reentry according to your rules. Immediately. Now, we got this little circle which tells us on the early and now candles that it's about to fire. So most traders would assume that it's going to fire to the downside, right? I mean, it broke support, momentum's down, it's going to fire to the downside. Everybody that thought that got suckered. And then when it reversed on them, they weren't prepared. Okay, it feels terrible at that moment, right? I mean, your emotions, you're like, dang it, I'm going to get out of this trade. So here's what I want you to think. When you are in a multi-month uptrend in a squeeze and it breaks below support, yes, you can get out according to your rules, but what I want you guys to start paying attention to, it's very important, is you watch what happens next. Now, if it continues to go down, hey, no problem. We're glad we got out. But you see this next candle, this inside bar structure, right? Also harami. It's a bullish harami because that's support. My entry that I tell the students is, again, that's fine that you took that exit because it closed below support. It's valid. But you've got to pay attention because it's a multi-month uptrend. So my rule would be if it comes back and trades or closes, I do a trade above that high of that low day, then you can re-enter. So let me go back because I want to make sure you get this. Again, it closed below support. No problem. We're out of the trade. You got this inside bar. So then you say, okay, if it trades back above the high of the inside bar, I'm going to re-enter. And lots of times, look what happens. It takes off. Because what's going on here is they're doing a squeeze fake out, right? It's a head fake out. Now, the reason why we would do it is because of this multi-month uptrend. Because some traders might say, well, Jeff, this is nothing more than a bear flag. And I get it, right? It broke below support. It's hooking back up. They would assume it's going to roll over. But here's the thing, after looking at chart after chart after chart, if you're in a multi-month uptrend and you enter into a squeeze with stacked moving averages, I mean, it's a beautiful trend, and it breaks below support, you can get out according to your rules, but immediately start looking for re-entry because that snap back can be massive. Okay, that's the fake out of getting everybody out because you would have assumed that it's going to fire to the downside. And I'm not saying just jump in, but a trade back above the high of that inside bar or low day is your time. Because here's the deal, guys. It's all about dealing with your emotions. It breaks support. You feel sick, right? You feel terrible. Don't give up on the trade. Don't give up on the trade. But you immediately look for reentry because the bigger uptrend, more than likely, of what I've been staring at chart after chart after chart after chart, is going to resort back in the upward direction because anything can happen by the end of the day. All right, hey, thanks for watching today's video. And I promise you, if you pay attention to what I talked about in today's video, it's going to make all the difference in your trading the squeeze. Hey, listen, if you are trading the squeeze right now, this month, as a bonus, anybody who gets my Options Elite Masterclass, I'm going to give them my TTM Squeeze course for free as a bonus, okay, this month. You purchase my Options Elite course, I'm going to give you the TTM Squeeze course for free. Also this month as a bonus, I'm giving away my Forecast Pro and several other things. So make sure, if that interests you, you check down below in the description. Also, if you don't have the TTM Squeeze Pro, I'm affiliated with Simpler Trading, who created that indicator. If you get that indicator through my affiliate link down below in the description, it doesn't cost you anything extra. If you do that, I'm going to send you some massive bonuses. So make sure you check down below in the description. Hey, you help me, I help you. Okay, but you got to use my link. And then if you do get that indicator through my link, you got to email me with a copy that you got it, and I'm going to send you all those bonuses. Hopefully y'all enjoyed that video. If you did, again, give me a thumbs up. If you like